Babe, what do you mean you want to start going? I don't understand. Like it's late plus like what happens to me? We were in the middle of doing something. What do you mean you want to start going? Well, do you know that if you've given me blue balls now, if you leave now, like I'll be in so much pain. Can you just stay, please? Can you just stay? Let's just be with ourselves. Let's just enjoy our. I really like your company, and I like your body. Like your body's so sexy. Like is does that sound familiar? Does that sound familiar? Hi, my loves. Welcome back to Her First Talk, the podcast where we talk about everything you wish someone had told you sooner, from relationships to body wisdom to the unspoken rules of womanhood. We say it all here. Today's episode, let's just say we are cracking open a conversation that is long overdue. We're talking about something that has been whispered, hinted, and in too many cases used as a manipulation tactic. Yes, we're talking about blue balls. You've probably heard it before, and if you schooled in Uniport, you've probably heard it too much. In fact, if you schooled in any university, I'm sure you've heard it a lot. So let's unpack all of that, shall we? First of all, what is blue balls? Are they real? Yes, they are. Blue balls are a real physiological experience. In fact, the medical term is epididymal hypertension. So here's what happens. When a man gets sexually aroused, blood flows into his genital area, causing the penis and the testicles to swell and like feel sensitive. It's a normal part of their sexual arousal. Now, if ejaculation does not happen after a long period of arousal, that blood does not drain immediately. And the result can be a dull ache and like feeling of pressure in the testicles. That discomfort is what people casually call blue balls. And no, the testicles does not turn blue. I don't even know who came up with that. The name is very dramatic. Okay. The pain is usually mild to moderate. It is nothing too extreme. And it goes away on its own, usually within minutes. Yes, I said it, minutes. So yes, it is real, but not nearly as dramatic as some people like to make it sound. So let's just get this straight. Blue balls are not a medical emergency. They are not dangerous, they are not harmful, and they are certainly not your problem to solve. There are plenty of safe, simple ways to relieve the discomfort, and none of them require another person's body. There's masturbation, there's a cold shower, there's you walking around, and there's just letting time pass, like doing something else. It will resolve. But here's where the problem lies. Some men use blue balls as a pressure tactic. They frame their arousal as your responsibility and their discomfort as your fault. And that, my love, is manipulation. Yes, it is. Too many girls have been guilt tripped into doing something that they didn't want to do just because somebody said, "Oh, you're leaving me in pain. You're giving me blue balls." Let's just call that what it is, sexual coercion. If nobody has told you before, I will tell you. It is when someone uses pressure, guilt, or emotional manipulation to push another person into a sexual act that they're not comfortable with. You see, this myth of blue balls is often weaponized. Like it's very, very weaponized. It becomes like a guilt trip. It is a guilt trip wrapped in fake medical concern. And if you're young or like still learning about your body and boundaries, it can be very easy for you to fall into that narrative. In fact, I have seen it happen. I've seen it work too many times. They use that to catch a lot of year one girls back in the day. But here's the truth, your no is very valid at every stage of intimacy. Even if you started, even if you were kissing, even if you were naked, even if you changed your mind midway through, your no is valid. You're not a pain reliever. You're not anybody's consolation prize. You are not responsible for finishing what someone else started. Put that at the back of your head. Okay? Now, let me drop a little twist. Did you know that women also experience something similar? It is called vasocongestion. And some people call it blue vulva or blue bean. I think I saw somebody call it blue bean somewhere, one article like that. But during arousal, the vulva and the clitoris also become engorged with blood, the same way. arousal happens in the same pattern, both men and women. If stimulation stops suddenly, when arousal happens in a woman's body, if stimulation stops suddenly, some women report like a throbbing, aching or tense feeling in their clitoris and in their vulva. Like you just get this throbbing, like there, just starts feel it feels like it's breathing. Does that sound familiar? If it doesn't, you need to pay more attention to your body. But you don't hear women going around saying, "Oh, you better finish, or I'll be in pain." They don't do that. Why? Because our society rarely prioritizes female pleasure, let alone acknowledge our discomfort. I mean, a man went viral on Twitter not too long ago for reporting his wife to her kinsmen, to her people, for owning toys. And you need to see some of your uncles in the comment section embarrassing themselves further. And that was taken and blown out of proportion. Why? Because society focuses on male pleasure rather than female pleasure. And she's supposed to throw that away. She's supposed to throw the toys away. And she'll be called a witch. She'll be called all manner of things. Why? Because she decided to prioritize her pleasure. We need to teach girls that male discomfort is not more than their own safety. We need to teach girls that male discomfort is not more than their own boundaries. Male discomfort is not more than their comfort. Everyone's arousal matters, and everyone's consent matters more. Okay? Now let's reframe the language. Blue balls should not be a threat. It should be treated like what it is, a side effect of an unfulfilled arousal, which is very normal and manageable. And you, sis, you don't owe anybody your body, no matter how aroused they claim to be. Now I'm going to give you a line you can use whenever someone tries to guilt trip you into doing what you don't want. If you're comfortable, I hope you take care of yourself, but I won't be pressured into anything I am not fully okay with. If you're uncomfortable, I hope you take care of yourself, but I won't be pressured into anything that I am not fully okay with. If you're uncomfortable, I hope you take care of yourself, but I won't be pressured into anything I'm not fully okay with. I repeated that 3 times so you can put it down in your head. What I just gave you, that line is calm, is clear, and is boundary setting in action, because you don't always have to shout. We need to empower our girls with this kind of language. Not just tell them, oh, say no. Sometimes no is not enough. You have to you have to show your boundaries. Show that you're not ready to do anything that you don't want to do. That's how you shut guilt down. So let's recap. Number 1, blue balls are real, but they're not dangerous. 2, it is not your job to fix them. 3, sexual coercion is still a violation, even if it is subtle. 4, you can say no at any time and it is valid. 5, your body is not a tool for someone else's relief. You deserve full information, not fear tactics. And you deserve pleasure, autonomy, and safety in every encounter. This is why we teach sexual education on Her First Talk. Because when you know your body, you protect your power. And when you know the truth, no one can guilt trip you out of your boundaries. So thank you for tuning in to Her First Talk. If this episode gave you the language, the insight, or the power that you've been needing, do me a favor, share it with a friend, a sister, a daughter, or maybe your group chat. Don't forget to follow us, rate the podcast, and leave a review if you're loving what you're hearing so far, or if you're loving what we are building here so far. And remember, your body, your choice, your boundaries, always. So until next time, this is Sophia signing off from Her First Talk. I love you. See you. Mwah.